Alright, well hello good people of the internet, my name is Eric and we're playing a 10-minute game of chess on leechess.org. No, this isn't normal for the videos that I normally do. I normally do like music or bowling, but I thought this would be a fun thing to try. I don't really want to go into e4, e5. Let's go Sicillian. That's because it's positions I'm a little more comfortable playing. Ooh, that's unique. I'm not really sure how to handle this. D4 maybe, challenge the pawn duo. If push, e6, and it's almost like a French. Maybe. This is a little interesting. I want to consider this f6 advance at some point, but I have a feeling that would be a little ill-advised. It's just bishop here, and then my knight can kind of make a path over here to the queen side. Maybe push b4 before committing the knight to b5 before committing my knight to c6. Sorry, I have my 4th and 5th ranks mixed up a little bit. That's surprising. I actually would have thought he'd push d4. So let's just go in with this plan of pivoting the knight, and then maybe bishop e7 and castles. Is there anything I should consider first? Maybe this at some point, but I want to do that until I have b5 in. So let's actually do this first. Grab some more space, and then I can consider this next actually. And now C4 makes a little more sense because now this bishop is wasted a move. So he's going to castle, I can go takes, and he's kind of wasted a move there. But I won't do that just yet. I want to get my knight on a nice active square first and get my king castled. That's a weird rook lift actually, because that's actually winning the rook, I think, unless a knight comes here, but I'm observing that square. The position gets ugly. So what I'm talking about is if push, unless he pushes 2, which then lets me challenge the c pawn. If push, let's say takes, I have bishop here, and it's winning the exchange. So let's do this immediately. Actually, I don't think castling is the most effective. See, now the only way to protect the rook is push, and that just makes this square super weak, and I can look to get a knight there at some point. Excuse me. I want to keep this pawn pinned actually, so I can even think about. Actually, let's castle first. I want to find a way to exploit this pin on this pawn a little bit, which he is just broken. I'm going to invest a little time here. Let's see. A5 feels like the right move, because then I can get my bishop on this diagonal. Knight here only works when the queen, sorry, when this e5 pawn is gone. I think I want to challenge the e5 pawn and then get my knight into the game. He's a little silly here on c8. And then I can develop the queen with that push. And this pawn and this bishop feels absolutely ridiculous having to babysit this pawn, because if it ever moves, the rook is in a pin. So I'm thinking f6. Then I can think about this a5 stuff in a little bit. Let's do this now actually, because now this knight has a square here too, but to have to go here, and then back is a little silly. Do I want to just lock things up, make things a little ridiculous? Seems a little fun, actually. Thinking. Actually, let's take first, because then if this captured, just exchange the rooks off. And he didn't go for that capture, which is interesting. Now I need to think about how I want these pieces to play and how to best open up this position a little bit. I can actually go takes. This pawn can't take because that loses the bishop. Takes, takes. Then I can actually get my knight over in this position by way of these moves. So that's takes. Just gotta find ways to open lines for my pieces. Queen here, maybe. Gotta find a way to get the knights a little more useful. Tuck the king away. Yeah, maybe. I don't really have anything. I'm just kind of waiting for him to make a mistake because this position is real cozy for my pieces, and the queen just kind of has to drop back after that. I really want to get this C8 guy off the back rank. I want to get him doing something, and I think the only way to really do that is by way of here first, and then dropping him into the F5 square with some idea of that. Oh, he just... Is that a... No, that's not a free pawn. Actually, no, it is. Knight takes, hitting the queen, and then my dark square bishop is actually useful. So let's go in for that, and then I can drop the knight here too. And this rook is still in a pin. Oh, crap. I done screwed up. Because if he doesn't see this rook move, he's... Oh no, the rook is pinned. The rook is pinned. I'm a silly goose. So yeah, never mind, that's not an issue. Now the queen's out of the way, so now these rooks are connected. So yeah, just win the exchange. Takes, takes. Win this pawn or get a rook involved? I'd say just win the pawn. Because I can always drop back and swing over the queen side by way of a5. This bishop is still stupid. My pawns are well placed to combat his bishop though on the light squares because they control the light squares, making this guy feel a little silly. There's a tactic here. I see it. Sack the exchange. If exchange rook takes, queen has to come over here. Never mind. It's not really there. I have to make a move. Now this is a little more plausible as an idea. Or maybe I can even think about checking here and checking here. Things of that nature. But yeah, this light square bishop is kind of a clown. He's like, where do I go? I'm kind of stuck. So unless I can get... if I can resolve these deadlocked points... Okay, well now you've just... Where's the queen best used? Up here? No, there she's attacked. There she's attacked. That's a pretty nice square, actually. I mean, here, and I could still think about taking twice on this square. I'll go with the F rook first. Never mind, I can't. This knight is a little silly too. So takes up. I have to find some way to resolve this static point. This, and I need to get the bishop working somehow. And that just wins me a piece. So now take with check. Right here, and now then I can, okay, and then my bishop can finally see. Whoa, I'm way down on time. And no, you will not be allowed to back rank mate me. And I'm not gonna let this knight hop into G5 either. I'm not letting any of this happen. Check. And you're getting kind of mated. What's the idea? How to save this guy? I think I just have to push a pawn and let it roll. Okay, so because then there's takes, king has to take back, and then I'm promoting with mate. Alright, promotion checkmate. That's pretty nice. I do want to go through this game a little bit. Just see what I could have improved. So out of the opening, this F4 kind of caught me off guard a lot. Reminds me a little bit of a King's Gambit, but if I push E5 to turn it into that, it's kind of losing for me. So I just thought challenge the pawn duo. Not really sure if that's what you're supposed to do in this, but I thought it was all right. Then we kind of go into like a bit of a French structure. This move is also a little shocking. I would have thought he just pushed D4 immediately, but I was wrong on that. Let me see, what else is it? Yeah, this knight C8, I never really figured out how to get him to function appropriately. So it's he's kind of stuck there for a while, but that's okay. This rook lift was really interesting. I think this is a bit of a miscalculation for him. I think the goal may have been to bring the queen over and put pressure on the F file, try and open things up with F5, but that just allows me to sneak in with this bishop and really cause this rook a problem the whole game. So it's exactly what we have. And then I noted at some point having the knight land on B6 and not be a useless piece, but out of this pawn push, since I wanted to maintain this kind of pressure, I really took that square away from the knight for a while until I was able to figure out how to open some lines. What was another interesting moment? I'm just trying to think a little bit. Yeah, this king move was really like I have nothing. I'm passing you the baton. Yeah, you figure out how this game goes, and I just hope you make a mistake, kind of thing. I think this H5 is really H4. Sorry, I have my 4th and 5th rank mixed up. H4 move is really weakening, because look at all these massive holes in front of the king. A knight would function super well here. Rook checks at some point maybe, but I still didn't really know what to think until about this bishop move after here. I think yeah, improving the knight is important in grabbing this pawn, but this pawn grab was a little bit here, and then I could have even played to c6 after takes, but I thought bringing him to the king side to help attack the weak king would have been a little better. A few exchanges. Takes. What was the part I was worried about? Tactics. Right here. I don't know why I panicked about this, because the rook is pinned, but that was kind of amusing to me. Yeah, I think there were just a few key miscalculations from him. Like, this offer of the queen exchange is very bad because it drops this bishop. And then I'm just up a rook and 3 pawns. So at this point, the game is completely lost, and it's just a matter of playing the right endgame. And he doesn't understand the endgame principles of, I'm on your pawn, so you need to find a way to both challenge the rook and defend, but most importantly it would probably be defend the pawn rather than try and challenge the rook, because then you're just dropping more material. I almost got back rank mated, but the question of whether g6 or h6, I think h6 was definitely better because that doesn't allow the knight to come in here and guard these squares. So that's why I think that was the better move. And then here was interesting because I just decided to rook roller him, and here I figured it was better to just push this passed c pawn. I went a little too far. Here we were. Push the passed c pawn because takes, and then let's say he plays here. What I'd do is I would just start pushing the other pawn, because if this rook ever moves off the c-file, then there's this takes, whatever, but he decided to grab the material, and then he got mated. But better for him would have probably been a rook here, but then I'm just rolling the b pawn, and the same tactic of takes knight and then promote to mate is done. So he's already well beyond loss there. So that was a very interesting game. I think I could have probably played it a little better than I did, but I think his not understanding of how the end game works and then just feeding me a lot of material ended up being the major imbalance there. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you all want to see me do more chess videos in the future, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.